Welcome. Good morning. It's Luke Smith, ruralvacantland.com. I got a little bit of a different studio today. I moved from one house to another, and so I'm just figuring out how to set this up and get it going. And so the lighting's weird. Lots of things are weird, but I'm set up and I'm going, right? So I spent some time this weekend um, trying to fill out the orders on the Arkansas deal. So 2 weeks ago, I asked for $500 for anybody who wanted to get into Arkansas properties. And so I've sold hundreds of Arkansas properties in the past, and I buy them from the state, people that haven't paid their taxes on them. And I go through the database. In the past, the databases had just like an APN number and a horrible legal description that didn't help at all. And I would take the APN number in a county and the state, and I'd put it into other databases, and I'd figure out something about the property, see if it's got access or power lines, or try to research the property and buy them. And now the Arkansas databases have maps. They've got different data sets. It's easier to click on them and see through them and navigate faster. They've got maps where you can see most of the properties in the county on the map, and you can see where they're located. You can see the funky neighborhoods that have the weird HOAs with lots of fees, and you can stay away from those. And you can see they're like off on fees and the ridiculousness. I'm sure I got a couple of them that are ridiculous fees, but I tried to get all the ones that are outside of that. And I found a lot of old homes, houses, foundations, places that have utilities. You could do street view on there, and you see like the gas meter still there. And another one, you can see the water well and the pressure pump still there, but the house is gone. Excuse me. Other properties are like the main street, like these big brick buildings on Main Street of small town America, and or the elementary school, or the some office complexes. Houses, lots of old houses that still have the utility hookups. And so you could bulldoze the house or replace the house or RV in the backyard of one of these dilapidated houses and go for it. And I've sold a lot of those kinds of properties on the website in the past, and the inventory of those kinds of properties has been selling out and dwindling down. I don't have much of that on ruralvacantland.com right now. And so I'm doing a run trying to get some more of those properties. And so I found 455 properties over the weekend that I'd like to get. And I think guys sent in money for like 120 of them. And so I'll probably end up buying the rest of them one way or another. Or if anyone wants to send in more money for the Arkansas properties, I'll do the same thing as I offered 2 weeks ago. My name, or my company's name and address, is in the description of this video. And so you could send a check for $500 or some multiple of $500. $500 gets you 10 properties in Arkansas. You might get the school, or you might get a big brick building downtown, or you might get some little houses in some small towns, or some vacant acreage out in the countryside. I tried to narrow into the biggest size, the best locations, the best attributes that I know and that I'm used to, with the least regulations, the least HOA fees, the least bureaucratic BS, right? And so I think I went through most of the state and got those. I'll spend some more time later in the last, it was like 1:00 last night or something. But the last half dozen counties that I haven't gone through yet, it's all but like a half dozen counties. And so I'll probably go through those and round up those ones too, depending on demand. And so if you wanted to do that, I got the information down below. And so as to giving away land and mailers, I decided that I'm going to stop giving away mailers for the time being, because I got to catch up on mailers. I've been sending out mail, trying to buy more land and trying to do the due diligence and the paperwork and the juggling of those deals as best I can. And I've promised to send out a lot more mailers than I have. And I got to send out more mailers. So I think I got to stop giving away mailers until I can get all the ones that I've promised out. So in the meantime, I got more land than mailers. So I'm going to give away land. And I think it's not going to be the Izard stuff that I was giving away in the past, Izard County, Arkansas. Not that there's anything wrong with it. I mean, it's good properties there. But I'll go find one of these houses, a house or school or something. I think one of these buildings that are made of brick that's like on an acre or two of property. I mean, if you guys ever tried to buy used brick, I mean, I've tried to buy used brick for projects. And I'm always scratching my head. Like brand new bricks are 50 cents, and the used ones are sometimes they're 60 cents. Like what? It's because of the artsy appeal or something. Like, I don't know. But at least 30, 40 cents, even if they're half broken. Maybe that's the Southern California prices. Maybe you get into these small towns where there's lots of used brick that are a lot cheaper. But I mean, big buildings of brick, I mean, you could just sell the brick. You make out a lot more than these properties. So, or use them or put them to work or do something with it. And the utilities are already there. So, I mean, you could leave the brick for art and build in and around it and have fun with it, right? So I'm sure there's lots of ways to use these things at the right price. They make sense. So I could give some of those buildings or houses or vacant lots or something away. So I'll give one of those away, mystery one at the end of the show, and I'll go find it and I'll pull it out of the database and I'll do the paperwork. I'll send in the money and I'll get it into your name. So I'll have to get you to sign off on it because I've given away properties in the past, and in Arkansas, and the state gets mad at me for whatever because somebody wants to give it back or something, and or they didn't like the property I gave them, even though they got it for free, and so the state got frustrated with me giving away property. So I got to have you sign off on the property that I'm giving away. So I'll put a check, I'll put the paperwork together, I'll put some envelopes together. So when it comes in the mail, you just sign the piece of paper where I'll put like a little sticky on there with an arrow to show you where to sign. You sign the thing that says, yeah, I want this property, and then put it in the envelope I give you and put it in the mail, the postage on there and everything. And so then what will happen is the state will send you a letter that says either they accepted or rejected the offer to buy the thing. And they accepted it, great. There's a time window. The people that own the property in the past could still pay the taxes off. And if they don't pay the taxes off, you get the property in whatever county that is in. The state does some paperwork with the county, and the county sends a deed to you. And so the state is like, making this deed, and then that deed gets recorded at the county, and the county mails it to you. So you get a paper deed from the county when we do this. And then when you have that paper deed, you could circle back to me and say, okay, Luke, what the heck do I do with this property? I mean, you could take off with it, love it, run with it, do whatever you want. Or you say, Luke, I don't want this thing. I don't know what to do with it. Let's go resell it. And then I'll do some paperwork with you, basically an option agreement that says I have the right to go resell this thing for sale by owner. I'll ask you to sign a deed over to one of my companies to do it so I don't lose track of you somewhere in the way and you disappear on me and I'm trying to sell the property and I sold it to somebody. I need you to sign. I want the paperwork in hand. I'm just sick of being caught somewhere in between. So I need the paperwork in hand, and I'll go resell it. And what I'll do is I'll charge you half the profits on the thing. So if we buy it for whatever and we sell it for whatever, you get the money back for that I paid to buy it for, and half the profits that I can sell it for. And we'll try to kick the tax bill down the road on these things. If the tax bills come in, we'll try to sell it. I mean, you can pay the taxes if you want, but we'll try to sell it and then use the money from the sale to pay the taxes. And then, so the whatever the fees are and stuff, you take that out of the profits, and the profits after costs and fees to go make it happen. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. I'll give away one of those properties into the show for somebody that sticks around and listens. Okay, so I'm going to jump in. I got a couple computers going this morning. Maybe I can spread the load a little bit. Because it was a little slow last time. Okay, so I'm pulling up the comments. And Buford's saying, good morning. Lisa, first name Sap, good morning. Missed last week. Rana, it's morning all. Oahu in the house. It's got to be early morning there. Aloha. Adavishnu says, good morning. Dave Tassi says, good morning all. King Black 22, good morning, Luke. Good morning, guys. Tom and Patricia Zach, good morning from Chicago. Good morning, Patricia. Tom and Patricia. And S. Federley says, excellent work you do, Luke. I'm hoping we can do business together in the future. Sounds good, guys. I'm always working on different deals. And so I think one of the neatest things about buying all these Arkansas properties. I mean, at like dirtbag little prices and selling them at really low prices. Is that it gives people the opportunity to buy their first property, to earn trust. It also gives me the opportunity to take my new database software system that I've been playing with and polishing and working on, to take it for a run, stick some volume through there. So I got 455 properties that I found this weekend that I think make sense. And in the past, juggling that kind of number of properties was very daunting, and the paperwork on that and keeping track of the taxes and keeping track of what name the property's in and if it's accepted, rejected, keeping track of all the checks that I send out to buy these things. Like, did the state actually send it back? Did it get lost in the cracks? Did it disappear somewhere down the way? It'll be a lot easier to keep track of that and see what's going on with my new software. So I think this will be a good test for it with smaller dollar properties, and I can learn and make mistake. Not that I plan to make mistakes, but mistakes happen. Make mistakes. And I can use the back office people for training. I can train them more on this kind of stuff before it gets into too big a dollar stuff. I'm having them go get maps and deeds and old pieces of paperwork and stuff from a lot of these different random county clerks. And in Arkansas, it's clerks over recorders. Lots of places it's recorders. So I get to test all kinds of things too. So that's fun. Iowawa, howdy Luke and your land lovers. Hey, Iowawa. King Black 22, can you start doing the live shows later in the day? I'm working trying to watch, but I only have 15-minute break. I'll need some mailers. I know, right? So this time of day is weird. I keep thinking about changing this time of day. The whole point of this time of day when I started doing this was that I wanted to just, if I'm going to stick to a schedule and do this, I'm going to do it first thing Monday morning, or else I'm going to get on the phones and it's not going to happen. I'm going to be on the phones. I'm going to be doing deals all week and be the next one. I'm never going to get to my live call. That was the idea. But I think the ratings and followings and stuff would be better if I was in more of a prime time, like Friday night or Saturday night, like 6 o'clock Pacific, 9 o'clock Eastern or something like that, when lots of people are on YouTube. SFederate, ask for customer returns. Normally 20% the cost. Ask for customer returns. Ask for customer returns. I mean, yeah, I'm wondering if, like, when I go resell land, he's saying I should price in customer returns, because there's always returns. Like, I hate returns, but it's part of the business. Okay, saying 10 cents a brick would be sweet. Yeah, go sell one of these brick buildings for 10 cents a brick in place, maybe. That'd be even more fun. Let them take it apart. I don't know what the labor is of taking a brick building apart. Redefine living. Morning people, Matthew Beer, sweet free land. Yeah, it's more free land, guys. Just at least while I'm catching up on the mailers. If I catch up on the mailers, I plan to give away more mailers again in the future. So I think those will pay better. But maybe some of these weird properties with like mobile homes or old mobile homes or houses or buildings on them might pay even better than some of the mailers. I don't know. They could be pretty sweet properties by the time we go present them and show people what's there. If we can actually get them, I think we can. Wow, I can't keep even track of my one dog and 2 cats. Yeah, 455 properties. We'll give it a try, right? I bought hundreds of properties from Arkansas in the past. They send them like a banker's box of offers. You got to do a little piece of paper for every offer that you make for every property. You got to have your own check, its own check with it. So if they like deny that property, they got to be able to send that check back to you without cashing it. I mean, it's a bureaucratic jumble of a show over there. They've got their website better than it's ever been, but it's still goofy. Shelby Land Deals. Good morning, Luke. Good morning, guys. Thanks everyone that sent in money for the mailer, or for the for the mailers too. I'm working on that. But everyone that sent in money for the Arkansas lands, I'm processing that. I think I might be able to print those and get them in the mail today, or at least I think this week will be filled out. I got the lands picked out, doing the paperwork. You're going to start seeing the properties come through the data feeds pretty soon. Ivan Ray, I'll take some free land. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so talking about free land. Let's look at what we still have up for sale on we're talking a lot about Arkansas. Let's look at what we still have for sale on Arkansas. I'm going to jump into the website. I'm going to go to for sale I'm going to look at the state of Arkansas just because I got Arkansas in my mind right now. And then we'll jump into some other things. I wanted to talk about some of the mailers we're working on too. It's one of the next topics, but let's break it up a little bit. So right now we've got 3 pages of Arkansas. Let's see, there's 10 to page, so 20 something. 21, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 25 properties in Arkansas up for sale. And if we go look at sold, these aren't all my properties. Some of these are other people that are posting properties on the website. So if we look at sold, we got 10 per page and we got 33 pages. So 320 something. 321, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 326 sold. 326 properties in Arkansas sold. 25 in 25 up for sale. So I think that's a really good ratio to have, like of for sale versus sold. Like look at this one. I remember this one. $4,999. I think I paid $75 for that thing. Like I probably wouldn't pay $75 for it anymore because I know better. But in the past, I paid $75 for this mobile home over here. Yeah, this mobile home. That's about as much information as I had when I bought it. It's like, oh, it's got a roof. $75. Yeah, it's sold for $4,999. I mean, there's a bunch of those kinds of deals in there. Property tax was $47 a year. If you go back and look at my YouTube videos, some of the YouTube videos about these mobile homes in Arkansas for like, a couple $1,000s or whatever, some of the most watched videos, like they still get traffic and they're 2 or 3 years old. People are still watching the videos and they're still calling and asking about buying a mobile home or old burned out house or house where the roof is smiling at you instead of hanging straight. There's those kinds of houses because they come with utilities. They've got the utility hookups. You don't have to pay for the utility hookups. It's cheaper to haul the old house away than to set up utilities, and it's easier too. It's more DIY friendly. So there's lots of those kinds of properties in there. The other thing I wanted to look at, I got the paperwork over here. I'm just studying different mailers. I wanted to put some thoughts out there on this other one. Bear with me one sec. I'm going to grab this paperwork. I'll be right back. Yeah, so I was doing some other research, and another angle I was thinking about is refilling a lot of the Arizona, because I'm getting pretty sold out of a lot of the Arizona properties too, and so it'd be nice to have a lot more Arizona properties on the board. And so I started doing some statistics, and I don't know if you guys think this would be relevant or not, but you can give me your thoughts. This is just so if we go to Zillow, I like Zillow because it's got statistics, and I like statistics. I don't know if you guys can tell, but so I went through and let's look at, so I'm getting notes, guys. Listen to that. One of the guys that's on the show wants to buy 300 of the Arkansas properties. Thanks, guys. So I see the name. I'm not going to mention the name. So that might fill me out of the orders on the Arkansas properties, but I didn't get through all the counties. I was going to buy some of those, but that's okay. We'll sling a whole bunch of the Arkansas properties. So if the guy doing that wants to nail those down, I think that'd be great, or he might have just done that. So I might have to go back to the drawing board, find some more of these properties. But okay, that's easy enough. We'll just keep working that. We got the databases set up. We can just rework the whole state. We can just stranglehold the state and buy up all the properties that look like they're buildable and they make sense, and add marketing to them and show people where they are and answer questions and provide good service on the sale and how easy it is to go make the land happen and just go deal all the best of the properties that are there until the next auctions come through, and then we could refill again next year. So, but I'm getting the database ready, so like the day those things come up for negotiations, we could be the first one in the gate to get them. I think the database software can help me do that on multiple fronts. So that's a piece of it too. Okay, so back to what I'm talking about. So let's go back to Zillow. So Zillow has data, and I like playing with data. So let's take one of my favorite counties, Cochise, because I'm like personally sold out of Cochise right now, I believe, or maybe there's a couple of them that came on the board just recently. So Cochise County, and I did this data and I didn't notice that I had this check that I had 2-acre lot size and up. I should have done all lot sizes, but in retrospect, it's kind of cool to see 2 acres and up. So it's kind of neat to split them. So if we do this, if we go to sold, just all the sold properties on Zillow that have sold in the last, I think it's 2 or 3 years that they go back, and that are 2 acres and up in Cochise County. And so my idea here is looking for volume. Which one of these counties can I do more volume in? Which market is thicker to pour deals through? Because I've got the system set up to do volume. I want to do volume, and I want to do good deals. I want to do quality deals. I want to do all of them, right? So, but I'm looking at volume. I don't want a market where there's like 3 properties that trade them every year or something. I want stuff that trades. And so Cochise County, Zillow has, this is sold. Zillow gets data from the county recorder, and they update it not every day, but maybe once a month or once every 2 or 3 months or something. They're getting their data updated. So they're kind of accurate, not dead accurate, but they give you an idea. And so 399 properties sold that are 2 acres and up from Zillow data. That's not dead accurate again, but roughly 399 properties sold in the last 2 or 3 years, however far back they go. So I wrote that down because I was just studying different counties. So Cochise, well, I did this a couple days ago. I had 395. They got 399, so maybe a couple more sold. And I did Navajo County, 455 properties sold in Navajo. I think acreage is a little more common in Navajo County. But Navajo did more volume, not by much, but a little bit more volume than Cochise. And Apache County, I don't know, maybe I should have I'm going to pull up a county map for you guys. I'm going to point these counties, I can't spell. I'm going to point these counties out while I'm saying these. Oh, I like this one. I don't know why, I'm just used to this map. Okay, so this cartoon of a map. So let's see. Cochise is right over this box here. There we go. Well, let's do it this way. Let's do the weatherman presentation. Okay, so Cochise. Wow. Where is it? Cochise is this one here. This is the bottom, southeast corner of the county. It's really easy regulations. I keep pitching this county because the regulations are really easy. And you can go there and you can build stuff. I like it because it's easy to split properties up too. It can buy big acreage, split them into smaller acreage, and talk about the easy regulations. Lots of people buy the land. It's a win-win all the way around. So I like Cochise because of that. And they only did 395 properties. I'm going to go off of my couple days ago numbers. 395 properties. And now the kicker to this is if we go look at, I didn't fill this data out, but I should have. So we'll just look at this. If we go look at ruralvacantland.com and we look at Cochise sold, and this is the last 2 years or so. So Zillow's got a little longer history than this version of the website, but we got 26 pages of Cochise properties sold. So 250, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 258 properties sold in the last couple of years out of 395. I mean, it's like, am I doing my math right? It's like 2/3 of the market. So ruralvacantland.com is like 2/3 of the market on Cochise, which I think is pretty amazing. But I mean, we've been running the ask. Either me or a couple of the other guys on the website have been the best priced properties in the county for the last couple of years. So I'm not that surprised, but it's pretty amazing like how much of the market we have. So if I should probably keep that going to keep a large market share. So Cochise, I should probably keep working on Cochise. Navajo, let's pull up Navajo. So back to so Navajo is this big yellow one up here. Navajo is the one that changed the rules on me recently. It used to be easier to split stuff, and now you got to do paperwork with the assessor to split stuff. And I sold things on terms and things, and then they changed the rules in the middle of it. It's pretty frustrating for me. But refunded a lot of people and done other deals and stuff, and I think everybody's happy. So Navajo, 455 properties gone through Zillow. Let's see where we're at in ruralvacantland.com. So Navajo, first let's look at for sale. So we still got some beautiful properties in Navajo for sale. I mean, $1,900, $15,000, that's a fancy one there. I mean, but we got less than 20, more than 10, 11, 12, 13. We got 13 properties left in Navajo. And Zillow sold 455 of them in the last couple of years. And ruralvacantland.com has 170 something, 160 something. So I mean, we didn't do as big of a percentage of the volume in Navajo as we did in Cochise, but we still are a big piece of the market. And I got to throw out there that the disclaimer, not every single one of these properties that's marked sold on ruralvacantland.com sold through ruralvacantland.com, because some of these people post these properties on this website and other websites, and they might have sold it on Facebook or some other website. But so let me just correct that. I don't want to say misleading stuff, but you get the idea. Okay, so Apache County. Apache is this one over here. Now we've got a bunch of beautiful properties for sale in Apache. If we pull up Apache on ruralvacantland.com for sale, we've got, let's see what we have right now. I know we got some 20s. There's a new 1 acre one that's just come on here recently. So another 1 acre one. It's a nice looking bush in that area. And then we've got some 20 acres, 40 acres, 40 acres, 40 acres. This is where you can get some good acreage with good, good trees and bushes and stuff in the past. So more than 10, less than 20. We got 10. Well, this one needs to be fixed. We got 11 properties. 11 I'll fix that later. So 11 properties in Navajo or Apache that are up for sale. Zillow had 100 properties sold in the last couple of years. And then we've got let's see what we've got on ruralvacantland.com. We've got, because we've had some of the cheapest, best acreage in Apache County the last couple of years running. So sold, I mean, we got lots of sold stuff. 140 or 130 something properties the last couple of years in Apache. Almost 140. It might be 140 or just shy of 140 properties. We've got more properties sold through ruralvacantland.com than Zillow by a good shot. Mojave. The other thing I just noticed with this saying this is that not all the properties in rural vacant land that I'm counting are 2 acres and up. And on the ones I was counting on Zillow are 2 acres and up. We don't do that many smaller ones. But like this one, for example, is 1 acre. So that's the difference there. There's a little bit of a difference. I should be doing apples to apples. But you're getting the idea. So I went through a lot of these counties. Mojave does a lot of volume. Mojave does a lot more volume than rural vacant land in comparison. Yuma hardly sells anything, like 77 properties. And from my experience, stay out of the Yuma properties. Those are really hard to deal with. Um, they're just like, yeah, you get high humidity, really hard to get water. I mean, just a lot of things are hard to pull off there. It's easy to split properties there if you wanted to, but it's really hard to sell anything there. It's hard to buy them too. I don't know why. It's a goofy market. La Paz County. Let's pull up the map here. So La Paz is this pink one. Where'd it go? Oh, geez, I got on the wrong screen. So La Paz. Oh man, use a mouse. So La Paz is over here. It's this pinkish whatever one. 60 properties sold. I've done squat for business in La Paz. It's a lot of it's national or government, and there's not much of any roads or anything really going on there. Pima County, we got some nice properties for sale in Pima County right now. Let's jump over to Pima County. So we've got Pima County for sale. Well, let's look at sold first. Pima County sold. Only got 2 of them on the board. We got to do more Pima County, guys. Pima County did 774 properties through Zillow. And so here's for sale. Where's for sale? Let's see. Oh, I got to change this. So let's do for sale. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 properties for sale in Pima County right now. I got to work on the sales of those, get those going. Maybe you'll see some videos coming out about that. Coconino County. Let's pull up the map. Coconino County is this big orange one at the top of the screen, like way up there. Here, this big thing. It's like Grand Canyon in the north, Flagstaff in the south, all kinds of different elevations, mountains, bushes, deserts to mountains and things. 841 sold in the last couple years of Coconino. Our rural vacant land hasn't done anything like that kind of volume. We need to step it up in Coconino. Gila County, I really like Gila because it's easy to split stuff, but there's a lot of old mining operations there. And so when you start doing mailers, you get into these like old mining town properties that are old mine stuff that's not very environmentally friendly to get stuck with over time. You know, anyone that's owned environmental mess can get stuck with that mess out into the future. I don't want to get involved in that. But that's we've had a couple properties in Gila. I don't think we have anything in Gila on the website right now. I may be wrong, but let's take a look at that. The ones that did pass muster, yeah, they all sold. It just maybe 1 or 2, not very many, just 1 here. Okay, Gila County did 59 and through Zillow. Pinell 405 in Pinell. So Pinell has done some good volume. Let's see what we have for sale in Pinell. I know at least one of them. Thinking of, we got 3, 4. We got more Pinell than I thought. Cheapest 20 acres in Pinell, 40 acres in Pinell, 10 acres in Pinell. I need to make more videos and present those. I'm not as familiar with those properties. So Pinell County and sold. Seems like we should be doing more volume in Pinell because they did 400 properties and we got like 1 of them sold. Graham County, I don't think we have anything for sale in Graham County. We don't even have Graham County on the list. 31 properties sold in the last couple of years in Graham County. There's like nothing going on over there. But it's really easy to split the properties in Graham County. If I could get some acreage that was splittable, I've mailed them, I've tried, and they just keep saying no. Maybe I didn't have my pricing right. Greenlee County, I don't think we got Greenlee County on the board. Greenlee did 11 properties, showed up on Zillow. Like nothing going on over there. It's really easy to split the properties too. Should go split it all up, make a lot more properties so stuff trades more often, right? Multiply the volume of the county. Santa Cruz County, I don't think, well, here we've got Santa Cruz. I don't think we have anything for sale. What I've always thought is the properties they got in Santa Cruz always had some crazy taxes. Maybe those are just the ones that accepted my offers. Here's just one old Santa Cruz one. And then Maricopa County, geez, I should be doing a lot more Maricopa County because like Maricopa County, I don't even have it on the board. How do I not even have it on the board? We don't have anything up for sale in Maricopa County. We got 903 properties sold. They're 2 acres and up through Zillow. So I'm seeing by doing this kind of research, it's not just not just Arizona. I can do this in lots of places. I can see where the action's happening, where the volume's happening, where the markets, where people are shopping, where deals are going through. And I could be honing in on those markets and doing more business. And I think that's one way to up the volume. So this is an example. This isn't like the guidebook of all guidebooks. It's just me rambling and thinking and stuff. Okay, so I got one screen that blacked out on me for timing out here. That's got all your comments on it. So I know I haven't been keeping up with you. So let me jump into comments, and then I want to get into talking about mailers, mailer updates, and new land. Ivan Ray, morning. Shelby's, good morning, Luke. Ivan Ray, I'll take some free land. Yeah. Maiden Kerrigan, and hello, Luke and Fams. Hello, guys. Are there any other states besides Arkansas you do this process? Did you choose this state because it has least red tape? There's a good question. So, guys, Arkansas, can I show you something? I'm going to pull something up on the screen. I think this might explain it some. What I'm doing is I'm Googling Arkansas. Well, let's do map. Map of dry counties. Yeah, here we go. Let's pull this sucker up on the screen. See if we can get this thing big. Do you know what a dry county is? A dry county is a county that doesn't serve alcohol. They don't sell alcohol. I thought that changed, like, when Prohibition was done away with and stuff. Maybe the Andy Griffin show was like a dry county. That's like old black and white, right? Arkansas has a lot of dry counties. I mean, look at this. All these red counties over here. And it's from like the late 1800s, early 1900s. They haven't changed their laws yet. Like, they're slow. They're slow to come around with lots of things. I mean, there's a yellow chunk of Nevada over here, which is like old Mormon stuff. And there's a bunch of Texas. I don't know why Texas is so restrictive. And the Carolinas, well, here it's a lot of religion. There's a lot of religion in Michigan too. Like, so a lot of religion saying no to alcohol and alcohol selling establishments and stuff. But look at Arkansas. Arkansas is filled with these red blotches. And I think that's just a good example of how old school a lot of their rules are, and regulations and laws and mindsets and stuff. And so they've got these really hardcore rules that say, if you don't pay your taxes, we're going to take that land away. Like, zing, it's gone. I mean, other places like Utah, for example, they've got, if you don't pay your taxes, we're going to take your land away. But 15, 20, 30 years later, the land's still not taken away. Like, the whole process to transfer it to the next owner is just not really efficient. But in Arkansas, it's crazy efficient on taking it away. And so it's not left up to the counties. It's taken by the state. And so the state takes, after 2 years of not paying the taxes, they say, we're going to go process this stuff. We're going to put it up for auction. We're going to put it up for sale. We've got state land commissioner, and this guy is going to go process it. We're going to resell this property, get somebody else to pay taxes. Arkansas does taxes in drag. And so they go spend what they want to spend throughout the year. And then they tally up what they spent, and then they divide that amongst the property, everyone's property values. And they collect the money. And if people don't pay the taxes, they're in trouble. They've got a debt, and that's not cool. That's not, it shouldn't be okay in anybody's book, but it's definitely not okay in the Arkansas people's book. So they really go try to collect and get these things resold and started over. And so they've got this centralized systems. The only state that I know of that has a centralized state system to process all these counties. Other states like Arizona, you go county by county, or California, for example, you go county by county, and a lot of the counties hold auctions. Like, they'll go on bidforassets.com or something and hold an auction, and they'll sell off the properties that they want to sell off. um, in Ingham County, Michigan. My uncle was a treasurer for forever. You know, um, he was like using a walker old, you know, and he's still the treasurer. I don't know how to explain it. He got old and he's still the treasurer. He's just treasurer forever and ever and ever of Ingham County, Michigan. He was like the treasurer that spoke at all the treasurers meetings and stuff around the state of Michigan. And so I used to go to his office and I used to hear about all these stories of the tax auctions and selling the properties and which properties people buy and sell and the angles and everything. And he was always collecting the money. He had this crazy big safe in his office for like the day's collections because a lot of people brought cash and they brought checks and they brought paperwork and stuff he had to keep in the safe, and the people working in the office would process it and stuff. But I get to see it, you know, going in his office, and he was like the first one to have a Bloomberg machine that I ever got to play with. I remember playing with his Bloomberg machine. If you guys don't know what a Bloomberg machine is, that's a different story. But he would use that money and invest that money the best way he could, like on a daily basis, try and invest all that money, get the highest rates for the county, depending on how long he could sit on the money for before he pay the bills. And you know, he was just really efficient. That's all he did. He loved his job. And but he would hold these auctions, and so it was a big deal putting on these auctions. It's a really big deal. All the logistics building up to it for these counties, all the red tape things they have to jump through. They're trying not to piss off landowners. They're trying to provide the land to people that are willing to pay the taxes. They're trying to do a service. So that whole juggling process has a different rules and regulations and procedures wherever you go around the country. Some of it's state by state, some of it's county by county, a lot of it is county by county. So yeah, I always thought when I grew up someday I'm going to go to one of my Uncle Don's auctions and buy some land. And he would always give me hints and clues and stuff and how to go look up these properties ahead of time. And that was before we really had computers. And it's like, you don't want the gas stations. You know, you just don't want the gas stations. But I got to sell the same gas stations like every year over and over and over again, right? So, okay. So that, I think that map points out how backwoods and just weird the Arkansas rules and regulations are that allow you to do this in Arkansas easier than anywhere else. Like they stick to the rules of it. Something crazy, but I mean, they'll still send you a receipt on like carbon paper for stuff, you know, like some of those counties aren't even using computers. Some of them are 3,000 people in the county or 10,000 people in the county. And they got to do all this stuff that a county has to do to be, you know, to stay a county. And they're just like, it's just really small town people and operations and slow moving and stuff. So enough of that. Let's go look at, new listings on the website. So let's go back. Let's see what the newest stuff that is up for sale is. And we'll go through it. So we've got Castilla County, Colorado. Here we go. So my lighting back here is all weird because I'm in a new kind of temporary office setup. I'm thinking of setting up something else. It's more standing. I'd like to do this standing, a little freer flowing instead of being locked in front of a desk. But it's just too much equipment. I'll figure it out. I'm studying it. Castilla County, Colorado, 14,597 for 5 acres. Let's see what's going on with this one. Jason Rusk has this one on the board. He's got some pictures going to the property. This looks like a street view out in front. And yeah. It's a house down the street, not too far from Fort Garland. So this is Colorado. We've got some Humboldt County, Nevada. Let's see what this is. 0.16 acres. What's that, like an eighth of an acre, sixth of an acre or something? 1,939 cash or 249 down owner finance. We got some easy owner finance for a lot in Humboldt County. So this shouldn't be too far from Lake Tahoe. This should be the next one over, right? Or am I mixing them up? Maybe it's 2 over. No, it's 2 over. So Humboldt's up in the northern part of Nevada. Okay, it's near Winnemucca. Winnemucca's got some fun gun stores. You can like walk out in the parking lot and test the guns. It's classic, right? 2.27 acres, Iron County, Utah. I'm going to go through these pretty fast, and I hope to make videos about more of these properties, get more in depth with each property as I can pull it off. So 2.27 acres. This looks like we need to update the price on it. This one, Puebla County, Colorado, looks like we need to get the price in this one too. We do this in a couple of them. 0.16 acre, Puebla County, Colorado. Puebla County, Colorado, we need a price on that one too, so I'll work on that. Torrance County, New Mexico, 5 acres. Need to get that one priced as well. Here we go, $5,000 for Ozark County, Missouri, or call for owner finance, 1.3 acres. Ozark County, Missouri, $10,000 owner finance, $750 down, $200 per month for 48 months. Apache agricultural land with power and easy access, 1 acre. Nice. Power and easy access, 1 acre in Apache. Get some nice big rules. It's easy to pull up on those, and the regulations really easy to pull them off. Charlotte County, Florida. Let's take a look at this one. I guess so many people asking about Florida properties. Look at that, $199 down, owner finance. Get some land in Florida. Look at that. You got some of that moss hanging off the trees. Nice grass, nice green. Looks like you're gonna need a chainsaw to get in there and put in I don't know if you could do a mobile home or not. Looks like some fancier houses around the area. You probably have to build a house. Port Charlotte. So you're getting close to boating and water. Some nice lots in this area. $199 down, owner finance. Okay, we got 35 acres in Wyoming. A quarter acre in Sarasota County, Florida. El Paso County, Texas, half acre in Texas. That's probably Curtis. $3,000. Take a look at this. I think there's a power line on it. $3,000. It's asking for cash. A picture of a power line. This might be the road near there. Some dirt roads. It's probably out in the side of town. Yeah, El Paso is right over here. It's not too far out in the side of town. $3,000. I bet you regulations are super easy to do whatever you want on the property too. I don't know that for a fact, but I'm guessing they are. .5 acres off Sunburst in El Paso, Texas. 0.12 acres Wood County, Texas. $4,200. Another quarter acre in El Paso County, Texas. Term sale. Curtis is doing a term sale. Doing $99 down and $99 a month for 24 months. Curtis is always doing cash deals. He's doing a terms deal. That's pretty nice. So we got Sarasota County, Florida. I think that's on the Gulf side, on the halfway up. $199 down, owner finance. It's got a nice Florida lot. Look at that. Good satellite imagery of it. Where are we at? Yeah, okay. So just south of Sarasota, Bradenton, and I know this area. I spent some time in this area, but not that much. Nice looking neighborhoods. So you can pull in there and go make it your own. Easy owner financing. Colorado, $15,990 for 5 acres in Fremont County, Colorado. Lyon County, Nevada for basically 27 grand for 30, almost 40 acres. 1 hour to Reno. Patricia Zach's got this one. It's harder to get these ones closer to Reno. Looks like there's a road going up to it. There's Lake Tahoe over here, right? Or am I mixing them up? Yeah, there's Lake Tahoe. It's not too far from Lake Tahoe. Kalkaska, Michigan. I think we looked at this one in the past, or maybe we've got a couple Kalkaskas. This is really close to where I grew up. 21,000 cash or owner financing available with 7,000 up front, 20% interest. Yeah, we looked at this one in the past. So this is look at that nice little lake over here, Manistee Lake. There's lakes all over in this area. And then just over here, this is Elk Lake. I used to spend a lot of time on Elk Lake and Torch Lake. I've spent a bunch of time there. Lake Skegamog, I spent a lot of time fishing there. And then, so earlier on in the call, I was saying send money payable to Tobico. This pond, this lake here is named Tobico. That's where I used to spend a lot of time fishing as a kid. And that place means a lot to me. That's the name of the company we're talking about. This point here, there used to be this 40-acre property that was on this point that kind of wraps around. And there's a really good spot right here on the point for duck hunting. It's really good duck hunting blind. And the guys that own this property had this whole area over here. And they have a little driveway that goes out to the road. Let's see. This is a different farmer that has that. But there's a driveway that comes out maybe back through here. It's like this little dirt trail. Oh, over here. Okay. It comes off here and comes back in. But this property back in here with this point, this beautiful sandy point up here and this really desolate beach along here, it was always some of my favorite beach frontage. And so there was the farmer here, he's passed on now, I believe, or he sold out in his old age home or whatever. He tractored out a path here. He put rocks in, and I used to catch bass off of these rocks. And there's a deep cove in here. I used to do a lot of diving in here, some weed beds I used to catch a lot of fish on. But this was all like vacant beach. This whole thing, this was built when I was a kid, but I grew up, the house was down here or a little further, right in here somewhere, probably right in here. And then, so this was all no homes, vacant beach up to here. And that was like my playground growing up as a kid. And so I always wanted to buy this property. That was like my goal with Tobico, the company with Tobico. I wanted to do enough deals and investments that I could buy this property. And I made them offers in the past and they turned me down. They said the state is trying to buy it for like $2 million. I don't have that kind of money. Like, yeah, right. And so they're waiting in line with the state trying to turn it into a park. And when the parks have enough money, and they have an allocation of money they can do every year, they buy land every year. They were going to buy this one when it came time. And so now this last summer, I took my kids back to visit and the state has bought this. They bought this piece of property from the Pulsifers. The Pulsifer family had an orchard up the road over here somewhere. And so they had all this land. And then this farm over here, Maitland's, or I forget the name of it, he got old and passed on or disappeared or whatever. The community got together, raised money to buy this farm and turn it into like a nature preserve. So now, so this road goes back here. You can go back here and you can park and you can hike this trail out to this spectacular beach that's now a public beach, but you got to walk through here to get there. And then there's trails that go off up this way into this woods and around too. So you can access this all. Like I didn't even have to pay for it. Now I can take my kids there and enjoy it and have fun with it. I was hoping I could build a second home there, retirement home or something someday for the summers, but now it's a park and I can go have fun. And there we go. So that's not very far away from the property that is over by this lake, this 10-acre property. So you could build a cabin in the woods over here. And it's not the $2 million that properties over there on the lake are going for, but it's a good sized chunk of land. I'm wondering if you could cut it up and make a couple cabin lots out of it. There's a whole pile of cabin lots along along the water and a bunch of them just across the street and around the area to go enjoy the lake. And yeah, so I think someone will end up with that and have fun with it. This kind of woods is just the kind of woods I grew up in, so it means a lot to me. So I'm going to leave it there on the ones that we've got up for sale. I'm going to try to make some videos. I've been busy moving. I haven't been making as many videos, but I'm into a new house now, and it's a lot closer to the kids' school. I heard the bell ring this morning at the kids' school, 8 a.m. bell. And that's the first, we've been here a week, and that's the first time I've heard the bell ring. But I didn't know we were close enough to the school I could actually hear the bell ring for the school. I thought that was kind of neat. And it's closer to the beach. It's really easy to walk to the beach at this new house. And yeah. So the other thing I wanted to talk about was mailers. I want to hit some comments, but so I've been working on mailers too. So I did some more mailers in Washington. I sent out, I don't know, another 4,000 or something mailers. The phone started ringing on that and see if I can get some deals flowing out of that, because I owe people mailers and I've been really slow at it. And one of the people getting back on some of the other mailers, the land was really close to this lake. And I'll give the lake as an example. See if I can pull up some pictures of this thing while I'm talking. Let's see if I can get it on a map. Let's transition this over. Okay, so the name of this lake is Lake Kavanaugh, and I want a satellite picture. This lake is just an example. It's not like the end all be all lake or whatever. It's just an example, right? I think this red line is, I don't know what this is. But so if we zoom in on this lake, these are the kind of lakes I remember from northern Michigan as a kid, but this one is in Washington. And so you've got a bunch of houses along the lake, and you've got docks going out into the water, which I think is a spectacular way to live and great for the kids, and it's fun and stuff, be able to go out on the dock and play in the boat. And it looks like somebody here's driving the boat around the lake. And there's probably regulations about which way you go and everything. But I'm sure there's still vacant lots around this lake. If you go follow the lake shore and ones that you could put a house and a dock on with a street in the back, I would like one of those lots, because I think they're iconic. I think they're easy to sell. I think they're collector's items. I think they mean a lot in the vacant land world. I would like to up my game and get some lake frontage of these kinds of properties. It doesn't have to be this lake, but other lakes or ocean or whatever, rivers, waterfront, that means a lot. Now, looking at the price of this particular lake, Lake Kavanaugh, I was doing the research this just recently here. Properties across the street or right around the vicinity of the lake, but not on the lake, like maybe you could see it through the trees and stuff, they're sitting on the market at 50 grand. They're not selling for like the last couple of years. Properties that are selling are the lakefront ones. I'm talking vacant. I'm sure houses and stuff sell, but not the vacant ones. The vacant lots on the water have been selling for like $250,000 to $300,000 kinds of numbers. People are asking like $500,000 for the ones that have been sitting around and haven't been selling. So the market's probably, $250,000. If I get a property up there for $250,000 for sale, I could probably sell it. But if I put it up for like 200 or 150 or 200 or something, it probably sells pretty fast. And so I got to go offer, something less than 100,000 probably to sell it at 150 or something like that to make a business out of it. But the data dance to buy lake frontage, I've been trying my heart out to figure it out. I've been trying by looking at the county data, by looking at the assessed values, by looking at the taxes, by the size of the property. I've been trying to narrow in on getting those properties, but they're just too custom to ferret out with accurate results out of the databases. So I started asking back office in the Philippines to start doing it, and they're doing it. So what they're doing is they're taking my software and they're going lot by lot around the lake, and where you can see the property lines, like, I don't know, this might be an empty lot right here, right? let's see if this works. No, can't do street view there. But they're looking at it and they're figuring out where the empty lots are by just eyeballing it. There's probably empty one here with a swamp hole, but we'll find a good example. Maybe right here. I don't know. Street view is not working, but they're using different maps than this, and they're eyeballing it with property lines. This is a bigger chunk of land, and then there's some lots over here. But anywhere you could actually put a dock in. I guess the street would be in the front. You could have the house on the other side. Those would still be worth some money. You have to cross the street to get to the dock, but still works. Like right here, for example, right? It doesn't have street view. This is Washington. I should be using Bing with Microsoft. I'm sure they have street view here. But, and making offers. So they're pulling the data. We're getting the databases set, going lake by lake, and making offers, pricing them lake by lake. And so that's one of the newer mailer strategies I'm trying. I haven't bought any of them yet, but I hope those start coming through and I can start presenting lakefront, riverfront, waterfront properties. I'm doing that with the mailers for the people that I promise mailers to. So hopefully that's okay with everybody. I think more iconic properties, even if they're a little bit bigger dollar, could be bigger dollar hits per deal, and a lot more worthy of the time and energy that's spent on doing the due diligence on these kinds of deals to pull off these kinds of deals. So that's where I'm headed. That's what I'm trying to do. And there's a lot of lakes. I mean, this is just Washington. I mean, heck, by the time we get to Michigan, when it's like springtime or summertime, when you want to own them in the summer, Michigan's got crazy amounts of lakes in that part of the country. But I mean, going south, go down through the West Coast, all the states we've been doing deals in that I know how to do deals in, know how to do the paperwork, the rules and regulations stuff that I've been learning. I don't know it inside and out, but I got a good footing. I think it'll be good places to go hit the lakes and waterfront, go re-mail places I've already mailed that are definitely not going to take the offers that I made in the past for the way out there, country bumpkin, middle of nowhere land. I want the stuff on the front, waterfront, and I think that'll be cool. Okay. So, I think I'm going to go through a couple more comments here and give away some land. Good morning from Tampa, Florida. Good morning, Tampa. There's a lot of waterfront in Tampa Bay. I should go work that waterfront. Maybe I'll get a shipping wharf and sell it to a cruise line or something, right? Woodbogger, what's up? Yo, Yuma sand dunes move with the wind after you buy them, huh? Yeah, picking on Yuma. Yuma is hard. I mean, if you look at Yuma, we used to have a bunch of land on the website for, what was the name of it? Date Palm. I forget the name of the place. Date Palm City or something. And one of the guys that was on the website, he bought, I don't know, 150 properties there, and he's trying to sell them all. But the water was really hard to pull off. I kept getting phone calls, everyone asking about water. Like, yeah, you got to truck it in. Good luck. No water. You got to get creative with that water. That was really hard land to deal with. But I think he sold them all. I mean, that's just more properties than Zillow's whole market shows. But those were small size properties. I was just looking at 2 acre plus properties. Deplorable Duck says, hey, Luke. Hey, guys. Gila. Hey, looking for land in Crescent City or Oregon. Yeah, so we got some Oregon coming through. And something happened here. Sets a pot of coffee on the table. Yeah. Let's hit those red dots. Anything in Northwest Arizona or Southern Nevada. Anything in Northwest Arizona or Southern Nevada. So let's pull up. This is Dennis Lane asking. Let's pull up ruralvacantland.com. Let's go to, I mean, we've got both. So Arizona. So let's do Apache. Let's start in the east because you're asking for Northern Arizona. So Apache County, we've got for sale. We got some of these 1 acres just came on the website with nice juniper bushes and power lines. There's some 20 acres that have been on here for a week or two for like $7 or $8 grand. You get 20 acres or look at that, $8,900. You get 40 acres in Northern Arizona. I think that's where you're going to get the acreage. Just nice pull-up properties. We got Navajo. This is one county west of Apache. And so Navajo County, we got a bunch of these properties, a little more open, less bush. In the north, you get lots of funky colored rocks and stuff. I think we're all sold out of those. In the south, you get shallower water tables and you're close to more mountains and supplies, schools, grocery stores, be able to buy some toilet paper and stuff like that, right? I had to run out last night, buy toilet paper. It's good to have a store close when something runs low. I mean, it can really help. There's some more Navajos all over the place. Yeah, so a bunch of Navajo. So go check out the Navajo. Really good prices. Look at that, $999 for some Navajo. 3.33 acres in Navajo. I mean, that's pretty cheap. I should make a video about that one. So northern, we also have Coconino. I'm not sure we have any Coconino on the board right now. Coconino is the next one in the north. We don't have any Coconino. That's like Flagstaff. And then Mojave. Let's see if we got any Mojave. Should go refill on Coconino and Mojave. How do we not have any Mojave up for sale? We've always had Mojave for sale for years. We're all sold out of Mojave. We got to refill Mojave. Any of you guys working land that are posting properties on ruralvacantland.com, or if you have some Mojave for sale and you want to get list your land on ruralvacantland.com, and you're doing good deals, we need some more Mojave. It's $200 a month to list properties on ruralvacantland.com. You gotta be a land dealer, not a realtor, like for sale by owner land. And if you don't sell anything, I just refund your $200. You don't pay anything unless you're selling the properties. So we need to get some more Mojave and some Coconino. If you've got Mojave and Coconino, we need some more of that on ruralvacantland.com. That'd round out northern Arizona. And then the guy's also asking about northern Nevada. So, right? Southern Nevada. Ooh, southern Nevada's hard. I don't think we have any southern Nevada. I don't think we do. We've had some in the past, but I don't think we have any southern Nevada right now. So that was for Dennis Lane. Set's finger rolls besides the coffee pot. Set finger rolls beside the coffee pot. Chris Kane, looking for a cheap ocean view land in Whitehorn Shelter Cove. I'd like to get help from the government raising bees. Micro growing a stream for my ducks would be cool, but I can build a pond. Nice. Chris Kane. I think we've talked, this guy's been on here before. So I'm going to pull up Humboldt County, and I think I still have some Humboldt County by Whitehorn. So California, Humboldt County, he's asking for Shelter Cove area. It's the name of the neighborhood that Whitehorn's like the greater area of Shelter Coves where like all the properties are. So I only got one of them over there right now. I got one in the backwoods of Humboldt County up by some major industrial sized greenhouses. If you want to go commercial grow marijuana, I got a 10 acre property up there. If you want the smaller, cheaper ones by the ocean, I got a 1/4 acre here. I'm asking $6,000. It's been up for sale for a bit. I might even lower the price on it. I believe this one has an ocean view. If we take this street view dude over here, this is the side of the property. So we're just uphill of the property. Yeah, there's your ocean. That's a bad ocean view. You need a chainsaw to see the ocean. There's a peaker of an ocean right there. So there's just up the hill a hair overlooking the property. The ocean's out there. It's got some marine layer going on. So you're not really full on like super duper ocean view, but I mean, you're right there's the ocean. And if we drive down here around the corner, I mean, the ocean's still out here. We're getting down elevation wise with the property. There's a neighbor house. If we go around the corner and look at the property, this is the property over here. So those are the trees that were in the way of the ocean view. And here's the hill. So if you build on this hill and your house is like where those trees are now, or that kind of height, I think you're looking out over there at the ocean. It's not full on white water waves crashing ocean, but in the distance, peekaboo ocean over the trees. There's a power line there. There's a paved road. They've got water. I think you got to figure out septic for this lot. And there's some nice flowers growing on it when the pictures are taken. So that's gonna be your best shot. I mean, feel free to make an offer. I'll probably go a little bit lower in price. I should probably lower the price on this one. It's been on the website for a bit. So there's a hill there. You could put in some rocks and water tumbling down the hill and put in a pond. It could be a nice water feature on that hill. Bunch of YouTube videos about how to make that. My kids love watching the pond making videos. Good afternoon from New York. I really want to learn what you do. Thanks, Daniel. So, I mean, watch some YouTube videos. I share some more. Battery died. I'm on my phone. Thanks for following. Hi from New Jersey. Nice place. What about Clear Lake in California? That's cheap, and Lake Elsinore. So Clear Lake, I don't have any Clear Lake. So Clear Lake, I believe, is just north of San Francisco, and I've sent mailers there, and for whatever reason, I didn't get any. And it might be the partner I was working with at the time. It might be the pricing. It might be just a big push was happening with a lot of fires. I don't know. So I didn't get any deals there. Lake Elsinore, I just paid for a property right behind Lake Elsinore, Riverside County. I don't think it's on the website yet. Actually, now I'm thinking about it, I sent out money. I didn't get it back. I gotta look into that. Riverside County. Let's pull up Riverside County. I don't think it's on the website. Yeah, it's not on the website yet. But it's like a house lot in a neighborhood, and other properties in the neighborhood are selling for like 10 grand and plus. So I'm probably be trying to sell it for like 5 grand. And it looks like it's got utilities, and I think they got some crazy taxes in the area. They want like 10 grand a bedroom when you build a house. But everything else seemed to be pretty reasonable. So you just got to pay the school taxes. And other people are building in that neighborhood. It's not right on Lake Elsinore, but it's kind of behind it a ways. Not a ways, but a little bit behind Lake Elsinore. So stay tuned. I think I'll get that one on the property in not too distant future. How to Shell says, hi Luke. Hello guys. Good morning from Oregon. You guys are chiming in from all over the place. Okay, so can I build a tree house? You can always build a tree house, but I don't know if that's like the only thing you can build on the property. Sometimes you got to have a house, meet code, and then build a tree house. Build a house, rent that out to somebody, and then go live in the tree house, right? Chris Kane, I like it. Okay, so I think he's asking about the Shelter Cove. So the Shelter Cove, they want you to build like a site-built home. There's people that live in motorhomes and things around the neighborhood. I mean, if you look at it, it's just nobody complained about them and kicked them out. The regulations, they want you to build a house. And if you don't have any neighbors that complain, you might be able to get away with most anything. There's a house right next to this lot. You just have to take it up with them. I don't know if you go test it and see how far they can go before they complain, or just go talk to them, get up front outright with them, or you try to find a property that's further out in the back streets of some of this neighborhood that's not right next to a house. It might be easier to pull that off. You might have to pay twice as much money or something to get it, but buy it from someone else. But you might be able to get away with more by getting further out in the neighborhood than the one that I have. It's just the way it is. I don't have any further out ones right now. Angela Nadeau, me too. Oh, I like the lakeside vacant property lot strategy. Good. Iowawa, thank you. I like that strategy too. I think it's more manpower to pull it off, but I think we can do it. I think it's very plausible. I might have to do smaller percentage spreads between the buy and the sell to actually pull them off, because there's just not as much of a data data distribution to make as many offers as I like to offer, but I think we make a lot of money off of it. So that's the idea. Elsinore is getting packed. Yeah. Hi from Texas. Hi, Luke. I'm looking for a good land deal with at least water on it. Yeah. So, we got a bunch more Arkansas properties coming up. I think that's going to have some water in those. Really cheap, hundreds of them to choose from. Trying to think what else. So a lot of these Washington properties that are starting to come in have streams and water, like a Puget Sound area properties. So look at those properties that we have on the website and other ones as they come in. I'm going to try to make videos about each and every one of them as I can catch up. How to show 63 viewers might be a record. It might be. That's pretty good. Thanks, guys, for chiming in, paying attention. Okay, I'm on my way. Shelter Cove. Nice. Back to Arkansas. Yeah, back to Arkansas. I think it's I've got the databases set up to keep track of them a lot better this time. I mean, I think in the past I'd send checks and I'd send the same check again and again and again, and then before you know it, it's like they're sending them back to me because I sent them too many checks and they say they need the money. I mean, I think the software is going to make it a lot easier to keep track of all the moving parts of these Arkansas deals. We do it in volume, and I think that can spread into the second step of what we were talking about, like looking at the markets where we could move more properties in different areas of the country. Like we were just looking at Arizona a little bit in the call, and as an example, I think we can run that software with the capital and the data and the machine to do a lot more properties in a lot more markets and just crank this sucker up. So yeah, database. Thanks, guys. I want to give away a property. Okay, like I was saying earlier in this call, I'm going to ask a question. I don't have the chat pulled up on the right screen to share it with you guys, so you're going to have to look at your own chat. But in the past, I've been giving away mailers, and I've been giving people the option of doing land, and I just started doing that the last couple weeks because, some people want land, some people want mailers. Today, I'm not offering mailers because I got to catch up on the mailers, and it's just if I'm doing lakes and waterfront mailers and gearing it up a notch, that's a lot of mailers. I mean, 50 properties per lake or something, 25 properties, 100 properties. I mean, we're going to go bouncing through the country pretty fast on those. I got a lot of mailers to put out for people that I already promised. And so I'm going to do that. And I'm going to stop giving out mailers until I can catch up. That's the plan. That's the idea. That's the strategy. So I've got land, and I just went through and I was updating you guys that I found 455 properties that I would like to buy out of the Arkansas databases, Arkansas back tax properties that are 99% of those are not in HOAs that I can tell. And with the weird fees and regulations, I'm trying to get outside that so people can show up in their RV and go for it, or there's a house on it or a mobile home on it where there's already utilities. They can use those utilities instead of building new utility connections and paying for them. It's just like turn the switch back on instead of building new ones. It's easy to go put mobile homes in those properties and rent them out, sell them to somebody with financing, or put a prefab home or a kit home, like just the cheapest basic things on there. Whatever the bare minimum is that you have to do to get into like government backed financing to sell that house to somebody that can do like a FHA loan or something like that, right? So the guys that fix those up, flip them, I think just knock them out of the park with those properties. So I'll pick one of the properties out of there or find some more and give one of those away instead. So that's what I'm giving away today. It might be an elementary school or a office complex or some acreage in the woods or a power line to a lot and a secluded place and a road to get there that somebody would like to pull in with their RV and just have fun. Like those kinds of properties, some random selection of those, whatever I can get. And then the first round might not actually land it. I'll send the paperwork to you. You got to sign it and then send it to the state. I'll fill it all out, get it all ready, and show you where to sign, what to do, pay for it and everything. And you do it. And if you want me to resell it, I'll resell it for you. I'll keep half the profits for doing it all, or just run to the property, have fun with it, give it to your kids, your grandkids, go build something on it, go fix it up, turn it into a project, you bug out shelter later on someday, whatever you want to do. And hopefully you win one and you have fun with it and you go buy a dozen more of them. So here we go. The question is, okay. I talked about how many properties were sold in Arkansas on the website and how many are still for sale in Arkansas on the website. So let's take a look at what's the number. How many properties in Arkansas are still for sale on the website? I had looking at it earlier, the 326 that were sold. And let's do the 10th person. We've got a bunch of people on the call. Let's do the 10th person that the answers. I'll give you a free piece of land. So 10th person. And yeah. So here we go. I'm using the wrong mouse. It's a different computer. It's yeah, so Jade says 25. How to Shell says 127. That's not right. Jade says 25 again. Oh boy, it's going too fast now. No, it's going way too fast. Okay, let me find my way back up here. I think Jade stuck some numbers in there before we even asked the question. So Jade's got 3 of them. And then Millie is too ill. Says 25. That's 4. Adivishnu says, so that's 5. How to Shell says 50. That's not right. Jade says 25. That's 6. Angela, that's 7. We're going for 10 today. Eric Canson, over 120. That's not right. Cisco Ballesteros, 8. Land Wrangler, 9. Adivishnu, 10. So Adivishnu, you're the winner. Thank you. I'm going to give you a funky piece of land from Arkansas. And it might take me a while to do the paperwork, make it all happen, but I'll get cracking on it. And here we go. So I'm gonna write in there what I need from you is to get me your information. Adivishnu. So I'm saying Adivishnu 1. I don't care if some of the numbers are wrong or I miscounted or your feed's in a different order than my feed. I'm going off of my feed and I don't want to argue about who the actual winner is. I'm picking Adivishnu, and there we go. So that's the end of that. And I need from you to email me or email my assistant Gilian, Gilian @ruralvacantland.com. So email her. I'm putting it in there as a comment so you can cut and paste it. So Gilian @ruralvacantland.com. Email her and tell her your phone number, your mailing address, your contact information, like your email address. Probably if you're emailing it to her, your email is already in there. But I'm also going to need what title you want this property in. So what do you want to own the property as? If you're a land dealer and you're putting in your company, great. Give me the company's name. If you're putting in your kid's name, great. Give me a kid's name. And if it's 2 kids, like how do you want them to own it? Joint with rights of survivorship. Whoever lives longer keeps it. Or tenants in common, like 50% to the one, 50% to the other. Like I put how you want to take title of that land in there. So I'm going to fill that out on the paperwork. My microphone fell off. I didn't have it set up right. So time to end the show. It's saying time to check out. So there you go. Send the information to Gilian, and thank you. Thanks everybody for listening. Thanks for watching. I'm having fun doing these land shows, dealing land, keeping you updated, talking about different properties. I want to go make some more videos about specific properties. So if you are subscribed, or if you're not, whatever, subscribe and watch, and I'll try to update you on some specific properties in the meantime. But until next week, see you again Monday morning, 9 a.m. Pacific time. Talk to you later. Thanks. Bye. I figure out what screen to push the button on.